everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is Wednesday, it is hump day, and I'm back tonight with another video. I hope you all had a wonderful day today and that everything is well with you and your family and loved ones and friends. And I'm here tonight with another video. If this is your first time viewing me, I want to say welcome. I hope that you will find something here that will encourage you, inspire you, uplift you, or simply entertain you, so much so that you would feel like subscribing to my channel. For all of the new subscribers, I want to say welcome and thank you so much for subscribing. And for all of the returning old school G's have been rocking with me for a minute, I want to say welcome back and thank you so much. I also want to thank everyone who decided to subscribe to my exclusive membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Tonight we're going to have a video that's still in line with my last video when I talked about loving someone with your whole heart, and if that person is damaged, that it still won't be enough. I want to stay on that topic, but tonight I must warn you, this is going to be a trigger warning for some of you. It may not be, but it could be a trigger warning for some of you. It also may be an awakening for a lot of you. And I want to hopefully, with this video, help someone to find the freedom to let things go and to move forward with their life and not be held in bondage with people that they love. And tonight, I know you saw the title, we're going to talk about toxic family. If you're interested in this video, please keep watching. Good evening, everybody. I hope everything is going well. We're going to jump into the video because it may be a lengthy video, but I did want to talk about this. I wanted to stay in that tempo of what we were talking about, and hopefully that this will be something that will enlighten you, something that would just get you to think about your situation personally if you're dealing with this. If this is not something you're dealing with, you know, this is a video that you can feel free to exit. But I know that there's a lot of people who deal with this and who are suffering, who are hurting, who don't know how to deal with it. So therefore, let's talk about it on the channel. I welcome all comments. I like having the dialogue with different opinions and ideas to hopefully help us to grow and to be strengthened and motivated at this time. We're in a time where we want families to be united, especially the Black family. We're encouraging everyone to be supportive and to love one another. But unfortunately, sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you can be in a family where there's always chaos, where there's always drama, and sometimes it just seems never ending. And I know sometimes we feel like because we are family through blood, that means that we're just, you know, we have to put up with that type of behavior and subject ourselves to cruelty and rudeness and evilness, when in fact you don't. So I want to talk about it a little bit tonight. Just because you're tied to someone through blood does not mean that you have to deal with those types of things. We do know through life that blood is not really just about family is not just about the blood that you share. You know, I have some people in my life that I always say sister through another mother, brother through another mother, because they truly have been like sisters and brothers to me. And they have truly been there for me some of the lowest and the most critical times of my life when I had no one. So if anybody earned that position, they certainly did. So if you have a friend in your life or someone that you know that has stuck closer to you than blood sisters and brothers or family members, truly look at them and guard them as family, because that's who they truly are. But I wanted to bring this up because, you know, I always use myself as an example, and to preserve my family. I won't name anybody or anything like that. But being the person that I am, I've always felt the need to be in the middle, to try to generate peace among the family. Let's get along. Let's try to talk. Let's try to work together. You know, even if we have differences of opinion, let's try to be family. You know, let's be able to have these family gatherings. It's beautiful when you can do that. Y'all know it. If you can have a family reunion, I see people with families and they got upwards of 100 people that show up for these reunions, and they all seem to be having such a great time and partying and laughing, and you think like, wow, why can't I be that way? It's unfortunate that all families are not like that. You have a lot of people that's subjected to trauma, generational issues that's passed down. You have jealousy. You have people who are immature. You have people who are, just envious and, just the woe is me syndrome and, just always looking and seeking trouble. You have that in families. I don't think there's a family alive that can say that they don't have somebody in their family that has given them some issues, or a person in the family or several people in the family who always seem to cause drama and chaos and keep mess going. That is just the nature of humans. We just do that type of stuff. But sometimes if you're like me, you may feel like, okay, I can't disconnect with this person because this is my family. That would be wrong to cut off my family. And here is the reason why it's okay. You can't choose. First of all, you can't choose the family you're born into. That's not something that you can control. The Almighty is the person that gave you your family. And I feel that you should try your best to show love and be committed to being there, being supportive to all your family members. But if you have family members who are toxic, who have addictions, who are people who just never want to try to do better, they don't want to try to get themselves together, they always looking for handouts rather than working for themselves, at some point you have to know what your limitations are and you have to cut it off, because you're becoming an enabler. You're not allowing that person to learn and to be able to become self-sufficient. You can try your best to help a person, but if that person is not willing to step up and take the reins and try, then it's not your responsibility to carry that person for eternity. It is not. And sometimes families can make you feel so guilty for abandoning them during some of their lowest moments. Situations I can say is I've been in situations where I've tried to be supportive of family members. And whether it was monetarily or referencing, helping them to get jobs. It was a point in my time when I got several members jobs when I was managing a hotel. All right, guys, I am back with you. My camera actually died on me. I didn't realize that it needed to be charged, so I'm back. But I was stating that it was a time in my life when I helped several members to gain employment at the company that I worked for. And, I thought that would be something that would help them to be able to get themselves, on their feet. They were young and just trying to, help them have a start, on a path to, having a good job. And the disrespect that I received from helping them get that job, the fact that they didn't show up on time, they would come in when they felt like it, or they didn't come in at all if they didn't want to, and ended up quitting. Some of them just quit without notice, and I was instructed to actually terminate some of them. And it was very embarrassing to me, because I had this position as management in the company, and to bring people on board that I thought would respect not only the fact that they had the job, but respect the fact that I was a manager who the company owners trusted to bring quality people there to work. So it really, let me know how much they cared about me, and the fact that, by the way that they behaved. And it was basically just a means to get a few dollars, and then they were on their way. So sometimes you have to realize that no matter what you try to do to help people, whether they're family members or not, that sometimes you just can't do it. And there's been times when I've wanted to do certain things, but I knew that it will be a cycle, that if I did it this time, then I have to turn around and do it again, and turn around and do it again, and turn around and do it again. And I also knew that if I did not do it, that would mean that I would get cut off, or I'd be talked about, or saying that I'm not family, that I don't love family, that I'm selfish, and that I think I'm better. I don't know if you guys have been subjected to that type of behavior, but guys, I'm gonna tell you, it's happened to me several times. So sometimes with family, you have to set a limit as to what you can do, and you have to, allow people to be able to step up and reach their hand out and say, hey, thank you, thank you for this help. But you can't always just keep enabling people because they'll never learn on their own if you're always there to bail them out, sweep up, the problems, or fix everything for them. At some point, you got to allow them to soar. It's often said that certain birds, I don't know which ones that it is, after, so long after they have the little baby birds, that they actually kick them out of the nest. And the birds have to fly or they'll fall to the ground. And that is actually true if you relate that to people. You can help a person and you can help teach them and help train them so long, but at some point you got to let them go so they can soar on their own, and hopefully they'll fly. But my thing is being appreciative of the help and appreciative that somebody cared enough about you to try to do something for you. And sometimes when you're not able to do it, or if you've done it so many times and you feel like that's it, you got to be okay with walking away. And even if that means that people turn their back on you or say that they're done with you or call you or say that you're not family to them anymore. I can't tell you guys, this is hilarious to me, how many times I've had family members that said, I'm just done with you. Don't call me no more. They blocked me. They've, deleted me on social media platforms and talked about me so horribly behind my back because either I couldn't do something for them or I didn't agree with an opinion that they had. I think that as family, we're all entitled to have our own ideas about the way things, go, the way that you rear children, the way that you live your life. And sometimes if you don't live your life or partake in certain things that certain family members do, then they tend to want to look at that as a negative type of thing. Oh, she thinks she's this or something. Oh, she don't do that. She's too good for that. But it doesn't mean that. It's just that your standard of living is just different from this person. It's not putting anybody down. It just means that you're different. And oftentimes that can come with people being angry with you, talking about you, cutting you off. But you cannot allow people, whether they're family members or not, to be able to control the way that you want to live your life. You are individual and you have the right to be able to live your life in the way that you choose. And you have a right to make rules and regulations as to what can be done. It's times when you allow people to stay with you. Have you ever had family come stay with you because they just was in need? And then when they come stay with you, they want to run your household. They want to tell you what you're supposed to be doing here or do certain things in your home that you wouldn't allow. And you've spoken on that to them before. You made sure that they were aware of those particular things, but they still want to do it because they're grown. But if you're in need and you ask someone for help, my thing is, I've always believed this. This is your home. This is your castle. This is your kingdom. If I step into that, I got to abide by the rules. I got friends who, if you come in their home, you have to take the shoes off. You have to take your shoes off at the door because they don't allow shoes in their home. Now, if you don't want to take your shoes off or if your feet is bad, you don't want nobody to see it, you need to stay outside because guess what? That is the rules of that particular home. And that's the way it goes, guys. If you have particular, rules in your home or certain things that you don't want happening in your home, it is your right to be able to speak those things. And the people that decide they want to come stay with you or have need to stay with you need to be okay with that. And if they can't deal with it, stay a short period of time and get on down, or decide not to stay at all. But oftentimes we are held in bondage to family because we're so afraid of losing family. We're so afraid that they're gonna never speak to us again. And I can say that I've been that person, not so much because I'm just afraid or anything, but because I've always felt that family is family and family is supposed to stick together. That's the idea, white picket fence family. In a grander scale, it would be in an ancestral, way that they were raising kids, it would be. But because of all the generational stuff that's happened over the years and what our people have had to go through and different things, it's just so different now. So you have to be able to know what you're willing to put up with. Everybody has different limitations. Everybody's temperament is different, and everybody is not able to take the same things. And when you've had enough and when you call an end to it. But I say walk away with peace. I never cut people off to the point in my family where I feel like they can't never come back, because I love my family. I love them with everything in me. But when you come back, you have to come back with respect. And that's all that matters to me. You know, I think that there's things that I can put behind me or I won't forget. But because I have love for my family, that doesn't mean that I could never say hello to them or, you know, be in the same room with them. And I guess that's also contingent upon what particular things they've done. Because, I mean, if you're a killer or something crazy like that, you know, then those are things that you probably couldn't deal with. But I have had people in my family who battle addictions and different things like that. People in my family who go to jail quite a bit. And I can't keep putting myself in the position to be the person that bailed them out or the person that be a co-addict to their problems, meaning I'm giving you money all the time so that you can fund this particular addiction. You have to know when you are not helping and walk away. That's the only way that they're going to learn. You know, I saw something today and I posted it on social media, and it said that when you in growing in life, you're going to be subjected to pain. It's going to be two types of pain, but both of them produce growth. You're going to either have the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And that's so true, guys. And they're both producing growth. But it's going to be pain. So sometimes you have to have the pain of discipline, meaning you have to set the rules and the limitations, what you're going to allow, and let them go on their way. Or the pain of regret, meaning you might lose them. Now, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to be hard, but that could be any family member, whether it is mother, father, sister, brother, grandmama, granddaddy, grown adult children, cousins, aunties, whoever. That applies to everybody, because your life is your life. And if you're working on yourself and you've gotten yourself to a place in your life where you're at peace, and you know what it takes for your spirit to be at peace, to be able to live in this crazy society that we found ourselves in, why would you allow somebody to disturb that peace? When you've done all that you can, when you've given all that you can, when you've supported as much as you can, when you've loved as much as you can, you have to give it over to the Almighty. You got to allow Him to be the Father that He is. See, that's their Father. And you got to let the parent. You know, at some point you have to say, I've done what I can. Why would you allow a person to kill you in the process of killing themselves? So we have to know when enough is enough, and we have to be able to walk away with a head held high and just keep them in prayer. That's what you do for people that you love. You have to pray for them, and you have to keep it moving. You cannot give your life up for someone who does not care about their own life, who will drain you to the pits of hell. You cannot do that. And I know this is a trigger for a lot of people, because there's some people say, I would never turn my back on my mom. I would never turn my back on my child. I would never turn my back on this person or that person. And it's not so much the fact that you're saying you're turning your back on it, but if you've done all you can for a person who is not willing to try to change their life, for a person who's not willing to take responsibility for their actions, are you going to be that person that continually bail them out of their situations? You know, the person who subjected to the financial, emotional, mental abuse of people who are adults who could choose to do better with their lives. Why would you continue that for yourself in the name of loving them? They don't love themselves, nor do they love you. Because when people love you, they don't abuse you mentally, emotionally, or physically. Remember that. No matter if it's family or anyone, they don't do that. Healing has to start with that individual. No one should be bringing you their toxic behavior into your life for you to fix them. You cannot fix anyone. I had to learn that the hard way. I've tried to fix many people over my lifetime. And you know how many people I fixed? Zero. I I have not fixed anybody. I've had people tell me, you was an inspiration to me. I thought about some of the things that you said after I left, or after you was through dealing with me. Thank you for what you told me. But I didn't fix 0 people. 0. Remember that. You cannot fix anybody. You can encourage somebody. You can be supportive of them in their time of need. But you will not fix them until they decide that they want to be fixed. It is nothing you can do. And oftentimes we take on the toxic behavior of all of our family members. And it's breaking us down. And that's why we can't find happiness in our lives for attaching ourselves to people who don't want to be helped. We're in our own spaces trying to be better. We're on YouTube searching out information and vlogs and videos to encourage us, to help us to grow, no matter whether it's on a physical level, mental, emotional, spiritual level. We're out here. That's why we're here. We're here for encouragement. We're here for motivation to learn something that'll help us through the things that we're dealing with. So we needing the help. We can't be grabbing everybody else trying to help them when we're trying to help ourselves. So we have to make a decision that when I've done the best that I can, when I've supported as much as I can, at some point you have to draw the line. You have to let that person find their way. And that doesn't mean you have to stay forever, but you have to do it, no matter who it is. And just continue to pray for them and go on with your life. You cannot be the victim to toxic behavior and think that your life is going to be great, because it's not. I wanted to share this today because many of us are in this position in our lives, whether it's with family members or it could be with our boyfriends or men, whatever, women, significant others. We are being subjected to that because we feel like we have to. We don't have to do that. That's what the Almighty God is for. You turn it over to them. Let Him be the one to help them. It is nothing that you can do to save people. You can just try your best to be the example of what they should be, or to support them when you can. But when you see that cycle not changing, they continually doing the same things over and over again, going to jail time after time after time after time, you bailing them out time after time after time, giving people money time after time after time, and it's not helping, getting them jobs, references, and they don't show up, or they don't go, or they go when they feel like it. What is the limitation? What is the limitation for you? So think about it, guys. I think this is something that we all need to think about. Love your family. God gave us family. That's a beautiful thing. But it's not meant for you to kill yourself in the process of loving them. I wanted to share that today, and I hope that this trigger warning, don't kill me. I know it's a trigger warning because there's some people that say that I'll just die, I'll die. I'll die for my children who are trying to get themselves together, and and they get knocked down by society. As long as they're trying, I'll try for my mom, I'll try for my siblings, I'll try for all of my family members. But you got to be trying. You have to be trying. I don't want to be involved in any negativity, any drama in anybody's life. I'm just trying to live. I'm trying to do it the best way I can. I'm trying to do it in the most peaceful way that I can. So if you're not on that path with me, step to the left or to the right and let me go through my path and keep it over there. It's no room for that in my life at this point of my life. And it's unfortunate that sometimes it takes you to go through a whole lot to learn that. It'd be ideal if you could learn it early. So that's all I have today. I hope that this will be something that you will think about and apply where necessary, or whatever you feel like you want to do with it. But I hope it does encourage somebody or motivate somebody to do something different who feels stuck in a family. And yeah, that is all I have today. So be encouraged, be motivated, be inspired. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you guys later on the weekend. I pray that you all be safe out here in this crazy, crazy world. And remember that I love you. Peace, kisses and hugs, and I'll see you soon.